Coming up.
Surely that's a testament to your range.
Damn right it is. Yeah.
Cosy afternoon tea.
The Woodbines voice.
I'm about 6'2" and I'm not even the tallest in my family.
I kind of irritated myself with the way I said the final line.
Script, voice, now, payment later.
No, it's coming up.
I don't think that was really very good.
I'd be surprised if 90% of the people listening right now aren't in exactly the same boat, nodding, going, yes, we're the same.
I think it's because they're all uppercase.
And now, enjoy the podcast.
How do you say that?
How do you say that?
How do you say that?
How do you say that? Hello, welcome to How Do You Say That, sponsored by BritishVoiceover.co.uk. I'm Mark Rise, and that is my co-host there, Samantha Boffin.
Hello.
Hello.
This is the performance podcast for voice actors, where we talk to a different voice actor every week and we play around with scripts.
Yes, and discover that there isn't just one way to read a script. There are lots of different ways. So, Sam, true or false? I once played Friar Tuck in a pantomime version of Robin Hood.
Of course you did. Complete with the hairdo that Friar Tuck sports. Yes, I think you would make a very good Friar Tuck. I'm going, yes, please.
I absolutely did. You're absolutely right. Yes, and lots of padding.
You say.
I wasn't that fat back then.
You were a tiny little child.
Now, not so much. I could probably get away with it.
Get out of here. Okay, so Mark, this year, after years of sweltering in my booth during the summer, I have invested in some aircon.
Ooh.
Yeah, is that true or false, though?
I'm trying to think if I can hear it in the background. I know that you have complained about sweltering in your booth before. I'm going to say yes.
God, I wish I had.
Oh.
I do wish I had. No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
I should. I have looked into it, but it's ever so complicated.
All right, well, let's welcome our very special guest for this episode, voice actor Z Andrews. Hello, Z.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello,
Yeah,
Z.
good, really good, thanks. So, Sam, let's find out a little bit more about Z, shall we?
Absolutely. So Z is a trans voice actress who specialises in character work. She can be heard in projects such as Forgotlings, New World, Watcher of Realms, and the upcoming indie series Scobeloff Forest.
Well, Z can also be heard in several Gadio spots and Voda, the LGBTQIA+ meditation app. Well, welcome along to the podcast, Z. Have you got a fun fact for us?
Okay, so my first ever trip out of the continent of Europe was a solo trip to Los Angeles.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That is quite a trip to make by yourself.
Yeah, long haul by yourself. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, the only problem is, I mean, this is perfect for a podcast for visual representation, but my height and those seats do not work.
How tall are you, Z?
I'm about 6'2" and I'm not even the tallest in my family. Yeah.
Really? How amazing.
Yeah. We're all supermodels and basketball players in this family.
So it's all about legroom on an aeroplane then?
That's the thing. That's the one. I don't mind travelling alone. It's great. But I'm really painting myself as antisocial. But no, the leg room is just the one thing that I don't like. And for a 10-hour flight.
And so as we squeeze ourselves into those seats, let's have a look at the first script of our show and ask, how do you say that?
How do you say that?
So, Mark, you've brought along a little winner of a script. So tell us a bit about the background to this one.
Yes, it's from a corporate for the beverage industry, which will surprise nobody at all. It's all about the new taps that they have that you can install in your pub and it makes the beer run properly.
Okay.
It was part of quite a long, probably training video for pubs.
I mean, I was quite interested to know how it would be read, but when you said corporate, it made a lot more sense.
Yes.
So,
Yes, it's not a commercial. Yes, exactly.
No, that's kind of where I was sort of leaning into. And I was thinking, certain lines in there.
Who was this for, though? Corporate to people who already use this? Corporate to bartenders, bars?
Yes, well, to like bar managers, yes.
Okay.
It's not B2C, it's B2B.
B2B. Okay. They're selling this service for their particular pub.
They are, and the graphics on this is very much kind of, they show you how to use it.
Okay.
The Master Tap 4 is a new thing.
It's a corporate explainer?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay.
I don't know if that helps particularly.
It's a relaxed industry, so I'm sort of thinking this needs to be reasonably non-corporate?
Yes, I mean, it's chatty. I think it's relatively chatty.
Okay.
Do you want to have a stab at it?
Yes. Okay, I'll do that, yes. Carbon dioxide is an essential part of the beverage industry. It enables bars and pubs across the world to serve their customers crisp, cool beverages directly from the tap. For venues where nitrogen is used to serve real ales, we will be supplying staff with the Master Tap 4, a device that measures both CO2 and O2 to take into account the potential loss of oxygen that can happen if nitrogen leaks occur.
Very nice. Quite bouncy, I thought, as well. Z, what did you think?
Yeah, no, I agree. It had a certain warmth to it, and quite relaxed. Like, it's quite a therapeutic kind of voice and tone to it.
Yes, I didn't get training video screaming at me, which is really good because normally when I get training video screaming at me, I turn off completely.
Okay.
Which is not great for e-learning, I grant you.
I kind of irritated myself with the way I said the final line, but apart from that, I was reasonably
What did you irritate yourself with?
I put the emphasis on the wrong things.
I got nitrogen leaks occur. I didn't think that was particularly the wrong way round, but okay.
I don't know. I think I'd have probably done it again and then listened back and gone with the first one. No, I'd have probably done it again. But no, I wonder if it was a bit quick.
I quite liked it. Do you torture yourself, Z, sometimes when you've done a read and you go back and listen and go, oh God, I'll need to do that again?
All the time. No, absolutely. I mean, obviously we're doing like one take of it, but I'm always the sort of person to I do at least 3 reads and then pick the best ones. Okay. And we are all our worst critics, aren't we?
Aren't we just?
We are, but
aren't we?
I have genuinely been trying to send off for auditions my first take. As one of the takes that I send off. I usually send off 2 or 3 takes, but I'm trying very hard to get over my natural sense of, I don't think that was really very good. And usually that's the first time I've read it out loud.
I'd be surprised if 90% of the people listening right now aren't in exactly the same boat, nodding, going, yes, we're the same.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they do. Absolutely. But I'm trying hard not to get too in my own head about it.
Yes, because you can over-critique yourself.
Yeah. And I've got no idea what the customer wants, the client.
Even though you've asked the questions.
Well, exactly.
Exactly. I thought it was nice. If anything, it was slightly too chatty. But I only say that because I didn't do it as chatty as that.
Okay.
That's the only reason I say that, because, and I was the one that got the job, so whatever. Z, would you like a go at it?
I would.
Good.
Carbon dioxide is an essential part of the beverage industry. It enables bars and pubs across the world to serve their customers crisp, cool beverages directly from the tap. For venues where nitrogen is used to serve real ales, we will be supplying staff with the Master Tap 4, a device that measures both CO2 and O2 to take into account the potential loss of oxygen that can happen if nitrogen leaks occur.
That was beautifully laid back.
I really like that.
Thank you.
Slightly more laid back than I'd imagined. But yes, it was like a friend chatting me through it.
It was really lovely in that sense. I really like that. I mean, that's kind of what I would love to just do off the bat. And I don't. I come over all voiceovery and go, blah, 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 blah. So I really like that. It was very laid back, yeah.
Thank you. But if it's any consolation, that's the result of 7 years straight customer service. So, we all pull in our experiences. So that's just what came out.
Yes. It's interesting, Sam, that you say you go in more voiceovery than that. It's definitely more voiceovery than that I gave them, that they wanted. But that's no surprise to anyone that's listened to 177 episodes of this podcast, to be fair. They know the kind of stuff that I get booked for. I have to say, I mean, over the last 5 years, all of those clients have wanted more conversational than it used to be, without a shadow of a doubt. But that's just changing times and changing styles, really, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it is. It's just, and fashions change, so things. I mean, I think where I find it tricky is that usually for, particularly for corporates, for explainers, for things where you're talking B2B or even B2C, but, those sort of things, they want a certain confidence. I'm aware of that.
Yes.
And I find it really difficult to keep the confidence in and make it super conversational.
Do you think that you feel that's over-egging the pudding?
Yeah, I just think that's often the little bit that says that's a voiceover. But
I don't run away from that nearly as much as you do, though.
No.
As you know.
But I do struggle in my kind of mind with that.
Well, yes. I mean, I think I am more confident. I'll show you that I was a bit more confident with it, and you will go, yeah, that's more old school than I would have done, I think, is what you'll say. But let's have a listen and see. Carbon dioxide is an essential part of the beverage industry. It enables bars and pubs across the world to serve their customers crisp, cool beverages directly from the tap. For venues where nitrogen is used to serve real ales, we will be supplying staff with the Master Tap 4, a device that measures both CO2 and O2 to take into account the potential loss of oxygen that can happen if nitrogen leaks occur.
I actually really liked it. It kind of had like a very, again, similar to yours, Sam. Like it was very, there was a lot of warmth there, and it kind of had a bit of a vibe of, kind of television presenter kind of vibe, like television presenter narration.
No surprise
kind of
there.
No surprise there. Yes, exactly. Yes, a little bit, I think, and I think it lent into that. I think the pictures kind of probably lent towards that. Am I right in thinking, Sam, that you
I really
rail
liked
against that a little bit? Oh, you
no,
liked
no,
it?
no,
Okay.
no. On the contrary, I think actually, interestingly, until you also got to the last line, I felt that it was actually much more laid back than you'd led me to believe.
Okay.
And what I liked about it was obviously it marqueed up the bits that were meant to be marqueed up. I imagine that they're the learning bits in this particular thing.
Neither of you hit
and all of
nitrogen first. You both let the first nitrogen slip a little bit, but I think that's probably the key to that paragraph.
Yeah, I think you're
Personally.
right. I think that kind of needs to be. And it was only really at the end of that I think it's the writing in that
Yes, it is
take into
written that
account
way.
the potential loss of oxygen that can happen if nitrogen leaks occur. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just like such a written line, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
You would never, ever, ever say that in real life.
I mean, I love the idea of a Master Tap 4. I'd like one in my kitchen. A Master Tap 4, please.
Yeah, it sounds like one of those ones that also do carbonated water.
Oh, God, I would love one of those, Z, and boiling water on demand. I would love that. But apparently they're very expensive.
It's one of the few technological marvels of the modern day that actually interest me.
iPhone out the window, exactly right. Love it.
So it's worth remembering that these are real scripts we've been working on, but we've changed names and some of the details to avoid copyright issues. And remember, you can find both the scripts we're using today in the show notes of this episode.
Play How Do You Say That?
So, Z, tell us about the script that you've brought to us.
Yes, so this is part of an ad that I recorded for last year. Most of my voiceovers are LGBTQ related, obviously. And
It's a good
so
niche to be in, actually. And there's quite a lot of it, isn't there? And if you're carving out a space within that niche, that's really good.
Yeah, exactly. You always want to get your foot in the door, like wherever, if you got it, flaunt it.
Yes,
for lack of a better phrase.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is part of a radio ad that I recorded last year that actually went out on the radio. I'm not actually sure if it's still airing at the moment,
Okay.
but
Yep.
no, it was for a good cause, and it felt good to actually be part of part of the solution,
Yes.
so to speak.
Yeah.
For subject matter like this, it can sometimes be a bit more somber on the somber side.
So for a client like this, what would you do? A whole series of different kind of styles is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I would obviously just analyse what it is that I'm reading for, what message they're trying to put out there, and depending on stuff like this as well, I would play around. Do they want this to be uplifting? Do they want this to be somber and grounded? So yeah, there would be a bit of experimentation in there when I would approach the script.
Did they give you any indication, Z, what they wanted from this, or was it literally with no brief
Here's
at all?
the script, do it. Yeah.
Pretty much that, to be honest.
I actually know this client, Z, as well. And yes, sometimes you get scripts and it's like, well, just do it.
Yeah, script, voice, now,
Yes.
payment later.
and hopefully you hit the right tone. They come back to you if you haven't hit the right tone, to be fair. But yeah, okay. Hotline is the National LGBTQIA Support Line for anyone, anywhere in the UK, at any point in their journey. Hotline is a safe space for you to anonymously and confidentially discuss anything that might be on your mind, whether you want to share moments of joy or simply be heard. You don't have to be in crisis to contact us. Reach out and spread the word because every conversation counts. Visit hotline.lgbt to find out how to talk to us.
I think actually hearing it in that tone, actually that there's a lack of pressure there, and I think that's quite good to have with this sort of script. So I think actually Mark, kind of in a unique way, hit it on the head, really.
In a unique way. Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
That tone. See, what did you
that?
mean?
It was very low pressure. It was very conversational. It kind of sends the message that this isn't something you should be afraid of, and we're happy to talk to you. So
it was a deliberate choice, that one. Of the three that I was going to go for, that was the deliberate
what
choice.
Were the other two? So I'm intrigued.
One was much harder, and one was a bit more almost jovial.
Okay.
In a way, which I didn't think actually was right. But I've heard commercials like this done that way.
Yeah.
How are you with the acronym?
Well, the acronym is fine. I mean, acronyms terrify me in the same way that numbers terrify me. Because I think it's because they're all uppercase and they're all squashed together.
Yes, exactly.
And
you see them on a page and it's like, no, it's coming up.
And it doesn't, my brain doesn't really make sense of them. So it is a bit of a wish and a prayer as I go into them. And I know I've done acronyms wrong in the past, and you've gently said, yeah, lovely, Sam, but the acronym was a bit arse about face, but apart from that, we're all right.
I am not going to stop you if it goes wrong, put it that way, okay?
Good. Okay. I'll try and take it slowly.
As a producer, it would just be, let's do another take.
Let's do that again, love. Okay. Hotline is the National LGBTQIA Support Line for anyone, anywhere in the UK, at any point in their journey. Hotline is a safe space for you to anonymously and confidentially discuss anything that may be on your mind, whether you want to share moments of joy or simply be heard. You don't have to be in crisis to contact us. Reach out and spread the word because every conversation counts. Visit hotline.lgbt to find out how to talk to us.
Yeah, it was, again, very, very lovely. And again, that's the thing I'm noticing about Sam's reads. They're very calming. They're very
slow. Yes. Is what they are.
You're not the first person to
very
say that.
cozy. I can kind of
cozy,
I can picture myself sitting opposite this voice, having a cup of tea, and just having a nice cozy afternoon together. That's the sort of vibe I'm getting from that read.
That's where I'm going, Z. I'm going cozy afternoon tea.
Cathartic.
Cathartic, exactly.
Now, Sam, I'm not going to be as nice.
What did I do wrong?
I think that's Z sugarcoating that a little bit, because I think you went pretty factual, and I think I think you went too factual. Certainly in that middle paragraph, because I think you were so pleased to get past the acronym that in that middle paragraph you kind of almost fell back on corporate-y.
Oh, isn't that interesting? Because genuinely, in my mind, I thought, oh, God, I'm doing too much warm and cosy here.
I didn't think that in that middle paragraph.
Well, that's amazing, because that's really proves that what one hears in one's own mind is not what actually comes out of your mouth.
Specifically for me, you don't have to be in crisis to contact us. I thought you would be a lot more smiley with that, because it's a good line. You don't have to be in crisis to contact us. You actually went very serious on that, I thought.
In my mind, genuinely, Mark, in my mind, I was too smiley.
Now,
and I was really worried about it.
But isn't that interesting? And that's how outside ears hear something.
Yeah, I know.
And it might be, if that's self-directed, that you send it off and you go, I thought I was terribly smiley there, and you get that back and it's like, whoa, okay.
No, you would hear that. I mean, that one of the biggest things that I find with my voice, because it's so low, and that to actually...
The Woodbine's voice.
To make it sound warm and friendly is a really tough thing for me to do. It's why I'm always cast as villains. I never get the nice people. I'm always mean, which is why I was absolutely thinking, cozy, warm, I'm loving this. But so I would have picked that up if I'd heard it back.
Sure.
I think. But that's what's so amazing. And this happens constantly to me. In my mind, I think I'm too sugary, and I listen back and I think, God, I sound like a fucking funeral. It's so So
It wasn't that bad.
No. But you know what I mean? It's fascinating.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
is. What we hear is not how we sound.
Now that I'm hearing like both your takes on it, I'm thinking I might have gone a bit more. I think I might have lent more into somber now that I'm like kind of like reliving it a little bit. Okay, yeah, I'll go for it. Hotline is the National LGBTQIA+ support line for anyone, anywhere in the UK at any point in their journey. Hotline is a safe space for you to anonymously and confidentially discuss anything that might be on your mind. Whether you want to share moments of joy or simply be heard, you don't have to be in crisis to contact us. Reach out and spread the word because every conversation counts. Visit hotline.lgbt to find out how to talk to us.
Yeah, that was a little bit more somber than I had been expecting, interestingly.
Yeah.
What's fascinating is that both the ones that you've done, actually, Z, you have demonstrated that less is always more.
Yes.
Because actually,
thank you.
Yes.
a little bit like, if you're doing screen acting and you have to almost do nothing, or what they keep saying.
Tell a
Take it
story with your
right
eyes.
down. Yes. Yeah.
It's that the ease of the two scripts that you've done, you haven't overcoloured them, you've kind of really pulled them back, and there's a real a beautiful simplicity in that, and less, you don't have to do much, but actually, of course, not doing much is quite tough.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
You don't have to do much. It's amazing how delicate they are and how beautifully done they are. Yeah,
I'd go as far as to say that is modern voice acting at its very best.
exactly.
It's a
thank you.
great example of why you're getting booked to do this kind of stuff, Z, I think, because it gives it a very modern vibe. Because I found myself in that first line, and I didn't mean to do it, but I found myself just leaning in and listening a bit harder.
Yeah.
And not because you're doing it as an example, but just because that's the delivery and I'm leaning in. But that's exactly what a client would want.
Absolutely. And on a radio ad, because it's so different from the other radio things, that would have huge cut through in a junction, because you'd have that little moment of calm, people talking honestly and directly, to people. That would have a huge amount of impact in a junction. That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing, because the way I approached it was more empathetic and a bit more, again, being the ear to listen, and being the friend to talk to. And I think that's kind of how I manifested it through my performance, I want to say. And again, this is obviously a very hot button issue, like just the whole discourse. And I think that's kind of what, if I was listening to it, I think that's kind of what I would want to hear. There was a lot of personal experience and a personal attachment to, the subject matter. So that's kind of what I lent into when I recorded for it.
Well, of course, we have the wildcard bit of the show, Z. It's time to approach these scripts in a very different way, and it might be very different. Who knows?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Z, can you pick one of the scripts and give one of us something different to do with it?
Okay, I'm going to give you the Master Tap 4, but I want you to read it like a malevolent tyrant.
Oh,
So me, malevolent
nice.
tyrant.
Yeah.
Okay.
What, like carbon dioxide is the big weapon, maybe even?
Yeah, but she's going to make you drink it.
So am I in
love
is it kind of audio drama, video game, that kind of thing?
Yeah, let's go video game. Yeah,
Okay.
let's lean into what people usually cast you for.
So malevolent being.
Yeah, if you were
Okay,
like-
I just need
like
to
Sadie
imagine
Opposite
Demo.
from your actual personality, Sam.
who
It's
I'm
got to be
talking
said.
to. No, that's fine.
Surely that's a testament to your range. Like,
Damn right it is. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Carbon dioxide is an essential part of the beverage industry. It enables bars and pubs across the world to serve their customers crisp, cool beverages directly from the tap for venues where nitrogen is used to serve real ales, we will be supplying staff with the Master Tap 4, a device that measures both CO2 and O2 to take into account the potential loss of oxygen that can happen if nitrogen leaks occur.
Wow. Got chills.
That was a lovely masterclass in it didn't matter what the words were. The malevolence was coming through them, and the tone you were using was so beautiful. We knew you were evil, and we knew you were coming for us.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the tap, but
I think I needed more malevolence, but do you know what? I had to think quickly what I was doing.
Yes,
to
what
do
were
that.
you doing?
So I was torturing and playing with somebody I was torturing and trying not to go too big.
Yes.
Trying to undercut. But,
make it intimate.
Yeah. So it was quite up close and personal, a lot of that.
And mean in their ear. Yes.
But, yeah.
Especially when you got to Master Tap 4.
I think I could have been more malevolent. I think so. But kind of like that anyway.
I think you went down that malevolent route quite nicely. Z, I've got one for you.
Oh, okay.
I would like you to imagine that you are a person in the gym and you are really working out, but you are working out on one of those bars that you pull the weights down, and you realise that you've probably put a little bit too much weight on it. So this is a real strain for you at the point where you're pulling down, and there's a big relief when you let it go. And I think I'd like you to do your script because you're slightly more familiar with it. Because I think it might be quite amusing.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to say no. Obviously, I can't. But yeah, let's do it. Hotline is the National LGBTQIA plus support line for anyone, anywhere in the UK, at any point in their journey. Hotline is a safe space for you to anonymously and confidentially discuss anything that might be on your mind. Whether you want to share moments of joy or simply be heard. You don't have to be in crisis to contact us. Reach out and spread the word because every conversation counts. Visit hotline.lgbt to find out how to talk to us.
I mean, I was absolutely with you. It was like the strain. You could hear, but what was lovely about it is you could hear the strain as the bar was being pulled down. I thought that was a really good read sound.
Yeah, really good. Really good.
I love doing that. I love efforts. I love doing, putting myself into the character's shoes as much as possible.
Yeah.
So that was so much fun, and I really appreciate that, Mark.
My pleasure. I'm now worried what Sam's going to give to me, though.
Well, I'm going to give you Z's script as well.
Okay.
And I'd like you to do it as a true crime podcast opener.
Oh.
So you can either be police inspector or you can be, sort of uncanny ghost hunter.
Okay. Well, I'll try.
I'm intrigued.
I'm intrigued. I don't know what's going to come out. Hotline is the National LGBTQIA plus support line for anyone, anywhere in the UK at any point in their journey. Hotline is a safe space for you to anonymously and confidentially discuss anything that might be on your mind. Whether you want to share moments of joy or simply be heard, you don't have to be in crisis to contact us. Reach out and spread the word because every conversation counts. Visit hotline.lgbt to find out how to talk to us.
See, that was very Danny Robbins. That was very uncanny.
Yeah. It kind of it kind of gave me like, early 2010s, like, catch this episode vibe, like a promo.
There was definitely some of that in there, wasn't there? Yes,
For sure.
Yeah.
I think I probably veered that way about halfway through.
I like the way you played around with different paces there, where you kind of, you were kind of very slow and then you suddenly speeded up. That kind of for no reason. For no reason at all.
That's part of the mystery.
It is, but yes, see, that's exactly right. It's part of the mystery. Well, if you want to play along in the privacy of your own booth, as we've said before, we put the scripts in the show notes. You can have a try yourself in any of the styles or one of your own.
Yes. So, Z, what changes have you noticed over the past few years, if any, in the voice industry, particularly around representation and casting?
Well, it's definitely so much better than it was, like, even 20 years ago. So, there's a lot more demand for people from different disenfranchised groups to actually, record for, characters and, fill those roles.
Yep.
Whereas, back in the day, they would be portrayed by Caucasian people, heterosexual people, cisgender people.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of push for authentic casting. I think not even possibly within the last 10 years, I want to say. So yeah, it's going in a very positive direction, definitely. A lot of roles I get cast in are openly trans characters when I do character work. My first AAA gig, which was New World, that was a trans casting, and that was like, wow, I got this. That was great.
Yeah.
A lot of it in indie work as well. Like there's a lot of castings for authentic trans voice actors, especially in the indie sphere. So, it's something I do keep an eye out for if I definitely want to get something at least locked in. But there's a lot of competition out there, but, it's
Well, that's
quite
what I was
good.
going to ask. How much competition within the niche is there at the moment?
It's quite competitive. So, there's a lot more people from disenfranchised groups joining voiceover. So it is definitely growing, and there's so much talent out there from all these groups. So there's definitely a lot more competition, like I said, than there was a couple of years ago.
And are you finding that there are more roles? So people are actually writing more trans roles, for instance?
Oh, absolutely. There's definitely a lot more of a push to, create characters in these works. And also, I think there's an audience also want to empathise and sympathise with all these communities as well. So
yeah.
I think that's also having a lot more of an impact on how characters are written.
So I can see how it absolutely works in character, in the character world, as it were. You try and cast people who are right for the role, not just the right voice, but right in terms of background. Don't you find it bloody irritating, though, if you're niched in other areas where there is no particular need one way or the other? So I can see why it makes absolute sense for somebody from the trans community or from the LGBT community to do that Hotline ad that you did. Mm-hmm. Do you not get other roles because they're not trans, if you like?
I think because when it comes to the more dominant social roles are usually not gate kept in that way. Usually when it comes to female characters, there's sometimes there are disclaimers that, people from who do identify as non-binary or trans female can audition for them, but sometimes they're just not. And it really is just a case of, best girl gets it, or best person gets it.
Sure.
Because I have seen some success where, transness isn't necessarily highlighted or even specified. Yeah. So it mostly is trans stuff I get cast in, but, there is definitely the potential to get cisgender roles too.
So is there anything that you would love to be the voice of that hasn't come your way yet? What's your ambition?
Well, yes, I definitely have a character that I want to voice. So it's an indie series called Lackadaisy. It came out 3 years ago. The pilot dropped 3 years ago, and the series is in production. I'm friends with people in the cast and crew, but I really want to play the role of Elle Sebastian. So she's a mortician, but she's got a very elegant vibe. Well, in my head, I've made dubs of her on YouTube. Yeah. But she's got this elegant vibe, and she's got a very rounded approach and, characterization. And that's something I really want to tackle.
Ozzy, thank you for coming on the podcast. I hope you've enjoyed it.
Of course. Thank you so much. It's been so much fun.
You've been fabulous. A reminder that all of Z Andrews' details can be found in the show notes of the episode.
Yes, absolutely. And the scripts are there too. And if you want to see what we look like in our booths, do check out the podcast by searching at HDYST Podcast on TikTok and Instagram, and you can see us in action.
Am I fetching blue jumper? That's it for this
lovely.
week. Thanks again to Z Andrews. We'll be back next week with more scripts and another voiceover guest when we'll be asking...
How do you say that? How do you say that?